Today we are going to read more about tsunamis and gather more facts for our note catcher. As I read today's article, I'm going to keep in mind the 5 paragraphs I need to write for my essay, looking at each question that I need to answer for the paragraphs. Here I have the 5 questions so that I can keep those ideas in mind as I read the article. On December 26, 2004, a massive tsunami rose from the Indian Ocean. The tsunami was one of the most destructive natural disasters anyone ever could have seen before. Where did these disaster waves come from, and how was this tsunami able to hit so quickly without warning? There are several different situations that can cause a tsunami. Underwater volcano eruptions, meteor strikes, coastal landslides, and most commonly, underwater earthquakes. Now, I know from my note-taking that is new information that I had in my previous articles. So here are some new ideas that can cause an earthquake. So I'm going to highlight that, and I can add that to paragraph 1 later. Earthquakes that cause tsunamis involve the Earth's tectonic plates. These plates are constantly moving over and under one another. The upper plate can get stuck on the lower one, building pressure. When the pressure grows large enough, the upper plate will snap upwards very quickly. When the plate snaps up by several inches, it also pushes an entire section of the ocean with it. This part of the ocean will suddenly be several inches above sea level. Once this spike happens, the water will spread out in order to restore equilibrium. This bump will spread out with incredible speed, moving at hundreds of miles per hour. When the wave reaches the shallower waters of the coast, the compressed energy of the wave will transform it into a tsunami. A typical tsunami approaching land will slow down to speeds of 30 miles an hour as the wave grows to heights of up to 90 feet above sea level. Now, I would stop and say that would be an interesting fact that I might want to add to paragraph 5. A tsunami almost always promises flooding, destruction, and sometimes loss of life. Now, I know that section there will be added to paragraph 2 for damages. Scientists have the equipment to detect underwater earthquakes just before a tsunami can hit the coast. However, because these giant waves form so quickly and hit coastal areas at hundreds of miles per hour, these detections often come too late. If we live near the coast, be aware of tsunami zones. Make sure your family has a plan in case you are caught near the wave. Now I'm going to stop because I know that this will help me with my paragraph on how to prepare. Now, if I look over here on the right, here I have safety tips. Now, I know that safety tips is going to fall under how to prepare. So as I read this section, I'm going to make sure that I include some of that information on my notes. If you live near the coast, look up your local tsunami broadcast. Be aware of nature's warning signs. Tsunamis often follow after earthquakes, landslides near the coast, volcanic eruptions, and meteorite strikes. If you see a tsunami happening, leave the beach immediately and go to higher ground. And 4, if you don't have an emergency kit, help your family put together one that includes first aid kit and a supply of fresh water and canned foods. Now, I also know that this section here, historical tsunamis, is going to tell me a little bit about different tsunamis over time and over through history that have been significant and have caused significant damage. This one here in 1755 happened in Lisbon tsunami. The Lisbon tsunami is one that we actually read about in our real book. The tsunami of 1883 also happened in Krakatoa tsunami. Okay, that happened near the Indian Ocean. This tsunami here in 2004 was the Indonesian tsunami, and in 2011 we have the Tohoku tsunami, which happened near Japan. Now I know that I could choose one of those to use for my section here, famous disasters in history. So therefore, I know I have information for all 5 of my paragraphs. Now you can reread the article in your assignment and answer the questions below. Please submit it by the end of the day.